welcome to a new video of I'm trying to show you how to do an OPCUA configuration on a Beckhoff IPC, server configuration in this case, and we are going to go over just a little bit of more detail to the previous video in case you haven't configured an OPCUA server before, and to avoid a couple of mistakes. So there are a couple of ways to do this. But the way I already have an existing configuration, so you might see some indicators based on that, so just ignore those. But generally, based on the softwares I mentioned earlier, you use your TF6100 OPCUA configurator. There's two types of options here. You can do a filtered connection. In this case, you have to syntactically add before each variable that you're going to expose it to OPCUA, and that is one way to do it, or you can expose everything. The choice is kind of yours. I'm going to go over how to do that in both cases. So by default, you're going to hit new over here. It's going to bring a net ID, right, yourselves, and then here is a filtered option. If we go a little bit more here in detail, and we click on this and we call local AMS net ID, this port right here. So you see PLC IP and net ID. So this pretty much means it's going to be, this is the point that we're going to be looking at as our server. Here is the filtered option. If you wanted to expose everything, you're just going to go here. There's obviously other options too, but this is pretty much the two that you can choose from. You hit OK. And there you see, you already have something ready to go. But what happens when you try to connect? You're going to get an error because obviously you have to configure a connection. So we're going to go to edit. We're going to go get an endpoint. Basic encryption. Localhost means we're just looking right here. When we add it, you can sometimes get the PLC project telling you that's a different address. For this example, we're going to use the mentioned server URL. Hit yes, and there we are. Now you see the token type is anonymous. Depending upon your configuration, and first time you configure, you can activate this. In this case, we're going to go ahead and do a token type, a security type, if you want to be a little bit more general, with an identity. In my case, my username that I did was called admin. Make sure we have that. And now we can test if this is working. It's going to ask me for a password, which I will enter. And you will see after some back and forth, and I'm going to skip no for now, but you're going to be able to successfully get the success connected to the server. You activate that configuration. Usually when you connect first time, it'll ask you to enter a password, things like that, but you can activate it, which means change some configurations if you needed to. And as you see, port 851, just want to make sure that this IP address reflects what you want to reach from the outside. If you configure it another way, you might have challenges getting that endpoint from the outside. Naming, like initially in the video, it had a 127 address, which is obviously not reachable from the outside. So that's a quick video. Should you have questions or comments, please do let me know in the comment section, or feel free to contact me should you require additional help. Thank you and have a good day. Bye-bye.